Hello again, this is another one of my fishing videos. Actually this time filmed completely by me in 2019, off to the Orkney Isles. David and I, my friend, had been there twice before, many years ago. On both occasions we got the lowest low pressure ever recorded by the Met Office, so as you can imagine it was fairly cloudy and windy. This, by the way, is fog just going through Caithness on the way to the ferry. Our first venture of the week was on Loch Harry, fishing from the shore. On reflection, we should have done a lot more shore fishing from Loch Harry because it was really quite good. Start of this particular day, the sun was out. There's so much food in the water. If you move a stone, it's absolutely full of insect life and this, that and the other. And you find that even though you're only sort of up to the top of your thighs, you'll get fish rising behind you and all over the place. Really spirited, hard fighting fish. So this sunny day developed into quite a dark, cloudy day. You'll often find on these Scottish islands you can get a variety of weather extremes in the same day. I'm slurping a cup of coffee if you hear any strange noises. This is just a few hours later. It's quite moody and magnificent. This is a time lapse. So off to Hundland, which is a cracking loch. We managed to get a boat on there. We would have preferred its neighbouring loch, Boardhouse, for a boat, but couldn't get one.
Which way's the wind bloody blowing?
And you'll hear me getting a little bit fratchety with my friend
should be fishing
over
out this
over
other
the
side.
drogue.
Should be fishing this side. Yeah. Yeah.
He wants to fish.
I'm also using at the time there a stupid 12-foot.
We want to fish right-handed, left-handed. We need to set the drogue, don't we? We need to be.
Yeah, well, the drogue's your department.
Yeah.
I was going to say a stupid 12-foot fly
We
rod
need to be. Need the
with
drogue
an
in that side,
anatomical
we need to
handle,
turn round.
Yeah, we haven't even got
which
the
meant
drogue.
it
Oh, you haven't
was
got it drogue
totally
tied on.
uncomfortable however you held it. Anyway, we're all pally again and just getting a tea break. We actually caught an awful lot of fish that day. David started off by hooking 3 lovely trout right at the beginning of the day. So, Loch of Stenness. It's a saline loch with an amazing reputation for all sorts of fish being in it. But to me it's a slippery nightmare. The rocks are like glass. We flogged away really hard. It's got barbed wire fences that should really be in some World War II prison camps for the ease of climbing over them. Anyway, enough about that. So back on Harry in a boat. Lovely boats from the Mercaster Hotel.
Sorry.
They've got those nice swivel chairs that means you're totally
I think we're
comfortable.
finally coming out of this weed bed.
And as usual, you're not seeing the best of the fishing because the battery went flat on my action cam. Yeah, had something just touched just then. You'll probably hear that excuse all over the internet, but it's absolutely true. There's one.
You filmed it?
Yeah. The fish come up with a real flourish, wanting a little bob fly bounced along the top. Unfortunately, me being a complete idiot that year, I left my 2 boxes stuffed with bob flies at home, so they weren't much use to me. I only had 1 or 2 flies left. Black and red bushy thing. I say 1 or 2 flies, I mean 1 or 2 bob flies. See, this wind's definitely stirred them up, hasn't it? As you're aware, I'm doing a bit of a voiceover because the soundtrack, there's a lot of sort of incoherent grunts and moans, but yeah, it all made perfect sense to us at the time. There's a fantastic loch, Harry. It's enormous. We were fishing a tiny little arm of it to avoid the very strong wind. Now you can see what the wind is developing into, or developed into. And honestly, if you're in the average size 10-foot rowing boat, it wouldn't have been a pleasant experience. It took a little bit of careful manoeuvring to avoid various sizable rocks that are lying around in the shallow water on the way back in. That's the back of the Kirbister Hotel. And this is one of the first times in my life that I realised I look on death's door, because when we got the boat in, there were so many people rushed to help us get out of the boat. I thought I was going to keel over at any moment. Yeah, I will do. I'm not putting it on the platform, putting it back on the shore. If you've got the wind blowing in the other direction round this hotel, wading about and shore fishing is very productive. Thank you. Right, Loch of Kirbister. The first time we fished on the Orkneys, we found this lot absolutely stuffed with small to medium-sized trout, really obliging. This is a time lapse of an hour or 2 we spent on it, but We didn't even get a pull between us. So, and it was very, very windy. And now we have the ferry going home. The ferry's quite a nice little scenic thing. It goes round the Old Man of Hoy. There's plenty to look at on the way back. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, me droning on again, and there'll be plenty more to come later on in the year. Thank you so much. Bye for now.